So I heard you guys love fuck, God. So I heard you guys love stickers, you know, and you're probably wondering, wow, these look so nice and professional. How'd you get them cut? Did you go to a website? Did you go anywhere to, like, make these? No. I made them myself. And, like, beyond this one that I haven't even cut yet, all of these cut stickers, I cut myself, printed them myself, and also cut them myself. And you may be wondering, wow, Serge, how did you do that? How did you make fancy ass little stickers that you could, like, peel off and paste in places? Oh god, I gotta commit to this one. Fuck, where did I put it? Right. This fucking disgusting mat. Anyways, so you're probably wondering, wow, how'd you go about and make shit like that, right? Well, let me tell you. You're only going to need a few simple key items. First one. Glossy adhesive paper, aka label paper. Why do you need label paper? Because these are just glorified labels. Like, if I were to... Fuck me, my ears started ringing. Why would you need label paper? Well, that's what these are. These are practically over glorified labels. Minus the fact that they actually look cool. They're nice. Have finished colors and things like that. They're nice. Nice little details. Anyways, that's the first thing you're gonna need. You don't need to specifically get glossy. I only went with glossy because I like the smooth finish to it. But you could get matte, you could get glossy, you could get vinyl. It doesn't matter. The second mouse cut tool, this little cutter blade, and basically the only thing that makes it special from an X-Acto knife is the fact that the blade itself swivels. So right here, I'm holding this pin down, and as you could tell, I could swivel this around. That's basically the only way I could show this function, because this camera refuses to actually autofocus when I put it right next to it. But that's okay. And the next thing, we're gonna move over here. The printer! The printer's kind of self-explanatory. I don't need to go into too much detail with it. So we're just gonna cut into software that we're gonna need. So software choice, it just comes down to preference. You could use Microsoft Paint if you wanted to. You could use Paint Tool SAI, which I'll link my tutorial in the description below if you guys want that, wink wink. But right now I'm going to be using Clip Studio Paint. It's the software that I love using the most, and it's really great. It's very fluid, everything's right where you want it to be. It's like Photoshop, except if Photoshop was... So right now I have my Clip Studio Paint tab open, and as you can see on the top, we're doing an 8.5 by 11 600 DPI canvas. 600 DPI is more than enough, but I like how sharp it looks in this, so we're just gonna leave it at that. But what you want to do, obviously we want to have things transparent. We don't even need to do a transparency. So what would we want to do? First off, keep the ruler on, only because that is what's gonna help us, like, know the size of our things. Although what you would want to do, god, it doesn't even have the dash marks. Okay, so what you want to do, as you could have PNGs of the images you want to use, or you could just use solid images. Like earlier today I saw somebody do like Junji Ito stickers just off of the panels, which I thought was really cool, and I hadn't thought about that. So we're just gonna import like pictures that we have. For example, we have the X Gonna Give sticker, which I've been meaning to make into a sticker for a while now. So we're just gonna shrink that a little bit. Usually because the smaller cuts are better to do, though this is gonna come out rather large. So let's go ahead and just, since that's all we really need to do, as you can tell these are PNGs because there's no white background. Although, you could, like I said, you could practically do whatever doing this. So I'm gonna speed up the footage really quick right here so I could have everything pasted on, and then we'll cut everything. So this isn't the most clean thing in the world, but this is what we're going to be using for our example. Now, usually what you would want to do is you want to maximize the efficiency around the space, but for the time being, this example will suffice for the tutorial at hand. So what you want to do is just simply export it, save as whatever, save it as a transparent PNG. You could just go crazy, you could do whatever. At this stage, this is practically the final stage before we get to the cutting. So I'm just going to save this really quick as test sheet. And to avoid any errors or anything like that when it comes to the printers, we're just gonna cut to and it's sent. There we go. It is done! So we're gonna do what you usually do with those Polaroids, and we're just gonna kind of let it dry a little because these things come out a little wet and I'd rather not smear it. So we're just gonna gently let it dry. Oh boy, the printer was not kind to Mr. X. Alright, so what are we gonna do now? How are we gonna take this and make it into stickers? Well, and we're back here again. Wow, what precise cut cinema magic that Adobe Premiere can do. Yeah, precise cuts like this. Cinema magic, but that's beyond the point because yes, we got this nice handy dandy tool right here. It's so fucking dusty because I have not used this in like half a month, 2 months, 3 months. I don't know. I don't remember when COVID got bad, but basically this is a little step. You're probably wondering, hey Serge, I thought we were gonna use like the actual fucking cutting tool. We're getting to that. We're getting to that because we gotta actually cut this shit into something. So first off, we're just gonna give a little clean cut, and it's okay if these don't come out right at first because we don't necessarily need them at the moment. So we're gonna give a little snip right there, a little snip over here, and you're probably also thinking like, hey Serge, why would we need something like this? You don't. You could use scissors. I just like clean edges, so we're just gonna snip. That's clean. That's more or less clean. Mr. X, you could use a little bit more off the top. There we go, clean snip. You got a bit of extra shit right there. Snip. And there we go. We got our little prints. And so I'm gonna cut to the next phase of this production. Yes, the actual fucking cutting board. Woo! Woo! Now, for something like this, which one should we do first? God damn, yeah, no. The printer wasn't too kind to this one, but it looks good on camera, and that's what I could say. So, let's go with the one that would be the easiest to cut, and that would probably be Lily right here. Now, simply put, remember that little Mousegood tool that I showed you guys earlier? This little feller over here with this sharp angled blade. It's not really angled. It is angled. You get the fucking point. But simply, what we want to do is give a nice little starting point right here. So we're done with this. I accidentally overlapped the cut. One thing that I would say to keep in mind, if you go out and buy one of these, I'm gonna link the things I used for, you know, this whole tutorial in the description below. The thing is, if you're gonna go out and buy one of these and make, say, like 100 stickers, handmade over the course of 5 fucking days. That was tension. If you're gonna go out and buy one of these, go ahead and get yourself, let me see if they're even in my little drawer right here. Okay. Go and get yourself replacement tips, because these are gonna go dull after, like, I'd say if you're cutting them about this size or whatever, these are gonna go dull after every 20 cuts, I'd like to say. At least that's what I would like to believe. Because, like, I remember the blade broke after the 20th cut, and I was like wondering, why is my thing cutting through the paper? Why is that happening? So let's go ahead and find something to throw on here. Now this is the hard drive that I use for my modded Wii. This is what has all my games, ranging from Just Dance and everything like that. As you could tell, it's pretty scuffed up, beaten down, scratched up, because glossy plastic is not really the best thing for, like, things like that. That's why when you think of hard drives or like the passports, they always sell them in like this like matte finish. Like either it's like a stainless steel looking like scuffing all around, or matte, because matte always looks cool and doesn't get like this fucking disgusting scuff. So anyways, let's give it a little flair. Let's go ahead and put our finished sticker on here. Oh shit, I scripted it. Okay, so you just gotta give it a little bit of leniency. Actually, since this is a test sticker, I don't really care. Just gonna rip off all the outline. That way, it's easier to put it on. And now I ripped the outline. That's great. Oh shit, that's why I didn't cut it all the way through. Yeah, this is another problem. You have to, when you're working with the cutter knife, you have to figure out what's a good pressure, or else you're gonna end up not either going too deep, in which you cut through the paper, which you could see right here, in this area right here, and to some extent this area, and over here. Either you cut too deep, or you don't cut deep enough. So, let's give Lily a nice little home on this thing. Yeah, as you could tell, the printer went a little heavy on the ink. So, we're just gonna press her down the middle and lay her flat. There we go. It is improved. Now, you're also probably saying, but Serge, what about the rest of the stickers? They look pretty cool. Oh, why the fuck not? Let's cut them. Let's do a little time lapse. Let's get some bump ass music playing as we cut each one by one.
I'm slipping into the lava, and I'm drinking from going under. Baby, you don't take pleasure harder, 'cause I'm burning up for you, baby. Come on, girl.
There we go. They're all done. That was nice. Let's go ahead and put that right next to the lighter. Now, we got our little collection of characters here. So anyways, that was how you do stickers. They look nice. They came out nice, except for this little fella right here who couldn't cut a goddamn curved edge right here to save my life. But that's beyond the point. You guys now have a tutorial to make stickers. Now, if you go ahead and put down $100, $150, possibly $200 for printer paper, printer ink, you know, cutting tools, and then double that, you know, so you and a friend could go ahead and make stickers for a Comic-Con booth, you know, don't, if said Comic-Con gets canceled, you know, after you had already made like 200 stickers pre-cut out and was gonna sell them for like $1 for 5 of them or whatever, you know, like, I ain't liable for that. You guys made the conscious decision to make these things, but I'm not liable. You guys can make stickers now. Have a fun time. I'm gonna go die in a corner somewhere, probably fall asleep on the floor until like my body decides to come back up and make a new video. So anyways, you guys have a fun time, and remember, be good, be happy, be safe, and don't die on your own air or something. So later, y'all.